In this section of my video, I'm going to discuss with you how we gonna retrieve a specific resources in our project. Resource planning with considering of risk identification assessment will prompt us to achieve our goals in project operation. For example, the risks might be seasonal weather condition, regulations that restricts our activities on government level, lack of foreign currency and transportation issues, and also supply shortages in the market. All this kind of situation has to be examined in planning stage. We need to have a timely distributed or tabulated resource requirement sheet for communication purpose on different levels department section to make the operation more effortless and feasible. Having such information will help us to look into further foreseen risks, and providing solution to such matters plays an integral part of the project execution. Before we are going to on the creating a report sheet, let's talk a little about this specific activity, and we can look and elaborate more further on the situation regarding the report. This specific item of work, I fill up the data, the actual data for this task, and it's already a completed task. And when we are looking to the status of this project, it's already completed. So in the resources section, I have planned the budgeted units for this project, but currently it is a completed task, so we have the actual units for this project. So the remaining units, because of it's a complete task, we don't need it anymore, any values on this section of column. On the tools menu, we can have the report wizard report and the report wizard together. So let me use for this purpose the report wizard, and I will click that, and I will create a new report using the current screen. So I will click on this, I will check on that, and I will click next. And the report is a tabulated time distributed data, so I will check this one, and using the activity the resources for this purpose as a base, I will go to further next, and on the column section of the resource I will compile the required fields that I will need as a column. So I need the resource ID, the resource name, resource type, units of measurement, and I don't need this one, the primary role and the default units. I don't need this one. So this 4 is very basic for my reporters. So I will apply this change. I will click on OK. On the grouping and sorting, you may choose maybe the activity the resource level to create your reporters. And I click here hide if there is empty resources also. Then I will apply this change also, and I will click OK. And on the filter section, there is a parameter that you can filter out some requirements with using the parameter. So here, for any of the following, where maybe if we can assign the resource type for this purpose. Resource type is equal to only the materials section or the material resources. So I will apply that change and I will click on OK. And next I will go to the timescale section, and this one is I can keep it because the timescale starts with the project start, and the date interval is the time interval of the tabulated data for the tabulated data. So I choose this one for a weekly basis for my report, and the project finish is already selected, and I will click OK here, and on the time interval field I choose some values that are required for the tabulated data. So currently here I have the remaining early units for this project, but I can also incorporate other time interval values like the actual units and also the budgeted units of the project. So let's put it the budgeted units at the upper level, and the remaining units finally, and actual units become in the middle. So I will click OK, and next I will click on next, and I will give this resource a name for my report. So a resource sheet for these projects. So let's click on next, run the report, and let's see the preview on here on our report, and let's go to the page setup here, and let us to adjust it maybe 80% if that fits with the paper size. Apply. Yeah, it's okay now. And I will click OK, and so finally we have the reporters here for every resources. So the resource sheet has the resource ID, resource name, resource type, and also the units of measure. And as you have seen here, for fuel I have the budgeted units 2,698 units of liters volume, and the actual units executed to date is 230 units. So I will remain with 2,434 is required for the next activities of this week purpose. So as you have seen it, with different weeks we have different figures, and the period total for the whole project of the material requirement is reported as it's here. So in such a case, in such a way, you can print and edit your reports, and it will give you much relief on calculating this kind of reports using the wizard. It will give you a more accuracy on your project schedule, and also it reduces the labor uh, uh, power that you are using in office engineering sections. The other way of getting another type of report for this purpose is let's go to the again to the tools menu, report wizard, and there we can use the new report. So here we can use the activity code assignment method to distribute a timely required resources. So let's go to a timely distributed data, and I will click on activity resource and role assignment, and I will click next. So in this section I click on the column section, and I have the activity ID, activity name, start and finish, date of each activity. So I will apply this, and I will click OK. And on the group section we may categorize and group these activities by their WBS, work breakdown structure values, and I will change this color to black to show for visibility purpose, and I will click OK, and I will apply this change, and I will click OK. And on the filter section, any of the following where maybe for resource type again equals to the material. So I will apply this one, and I will click OK. And next, the same way we can check these values, and only the date interval I will make it to a weekly basis. And if you want the okay, then I will click OK again, and in the on time intervals time interval units, I will go to the units, and I will add again also the actual units and the budgeted units. So I will put the remaining units at the last and the budget units as first, and I will click OK. So let's go and see our report: activity, resource, and role assignment for MSG projects. Okay, next, run the report, print preview. I will click OK, and here I will go to on the page setup, and I will change this to maybe 85%, apply. Yeah, so I will click OK. So now, as you have seen, with using each activity of our project, I have the required materials for the budgeted units, the actual units, and the remaining units for each activity. So in this way you can create different kinds of reports, resource reports, to review and assess problems, to identify problems of related with resources, and also you can monetize and check its usage and efficiency on each activity level to create a more profitable project in your cases. So thank you very much for watching this video.